If you have no close friends in life, you probably display these 9 subtle behaviors. Having close friends is an essential part of life, but what if you don't have any? You might be exhibiting certain subtle behaviors that are pushing people away. These behaviors are often so subtle, you may not even realize you're doing them. They can stem from a variety of factors, such as past experiences, personal insecurities, or even your current lifestyle. Here's the thing. Recognizing these behaviors is the first step towards changing them. In this video, we'll dive into the 9 subtle behaviors that may be the reason why you don't have any close friends in your life. So, if you're wondering why your social circle isn't as tight-knit as you'd like it to be, keep reading. 1. You keep to yourself. In today's world, keeping to yourself can be viewed as an act of self-preservation, but when you consistently choose solitude over social interaction, it might be a sign that you're pushing potential friends away. People are social creatures. We crave connection and camaraderie. So when you isolate yourself, it may lead others to believe that you're not interested in forming relationships. This doesn't mean you have to be the life of the party or constantly surround yourself with people. It's about finding a balance. If you tend to spend most of your time alone, it might be worth exploring why. Are you avoiding social situations out of fear or insecurity? Or is there something else at play? Recognizing this behavior is the first step towards making changes and opening yourself up to the possibility of close friendships. 2. You're a perfectionist. Perfectionism can be a double-edged sword. While it can push you to strive for excellence, it can also lead you to set unrealistic expectations for yourself and others. Let me share a personal example. There was a time when I found myself losing friends because of my perfectionist tendencies. I had this idea of what a perfect friendship should look like, and I held my friends to those standards. Unsurprisingly, they felt judged and suffocated. When a friend would cancel plans or forget to return a call, I'd take it personally. I felt let down and started to distance myself from them. It wasn't until I realized that my expectations were unrealistic and unfair that I started to work on changing my behavior. Understanding that no one is perfect, including myself, helped me to be more patient and forgiving. Accepting imperfections in friendships allowed me to build stronger, more genuine connections. If you find yourself expecting perfection from your relationships, it might be worth taking a step back and reassessing. Friendships are built on mutual understanding and acceptance, not perfection. 3. You're reluctant to share personal information. Sharing personal information, thoughts, and feelings is a fundamental part of building close friendships. It allows others to understand you better and to connect with you on a deeper level. Interestingly, according to a study, self-disclosure can significantly increase feelings of social connection. The study found that when people share personal information about themselves, it can help build trust and foster closeness in relationships. But if you're always guarded about your personal life and emotions, it can create a barrier between you and potential friends. They may feel that they don't truly know you, or they might think you don't trust them enough to share your innermost thoughts. It's okay to be careful about who you open up to, but remember that vulnerability can be a powerful tool in building strong friendships. So don't be afraid to let people in. You might be surprised at how much closer it brings you. 4. You don't reach out first. Waiting for others to make the first move might seem like a safe strategy, but it can actually hinder your ability to form close friendships. If you never initiate contact or make plans, others may interpret this as a lack of interest on your part. They might feel like they're the only ones putting in effort, which can cause them to pull away. Reaching out first shows others that you value their company and are willing to invest time and effort into the relationship. It's a small action with a big impact. Of course, it should be a two-way street. If you find yourself constantly being the one reaching out, It might be a sign that the other person isn't as invested in the relationship as you are. The key is balance. Don't be afraid to make the first move, but also make sure that the effort is reciprocated. 5. You're quick to judge. We all have our own beliefs and values, but being overly judgmental can push potential friends away. If you're quick to judge others for their choices or lifestyles, it can make them feel uncomfortable and hesitant to open up to you. Open-mindedness is a critical trait in any relationship. It allows us to understand and accept others for who they are, without trying to change them. When you're open-minded, you create a safe space for others to be themselves. This isn't about compromising your own values, but rather about allowing room for differences. The world is filled with diverse individuals, and every person has something unique to bring to the table. So the next time you catch yourself judging someone, take a step back. Try to understand their perspective. You might discover that there's more to them than meets the eye. It's these kinds of realizations that can pave the way for deep and meaningful friendships. 6. You struggle with self-esteem. Having low self-esteem can greatly affect the way you interact with others. If you don't see your own worth, it can be hard to believe that others will see it too. When you're consumed by self-doubt, you might hold back from forming close relationships out of fear of rejection or criticism. You might feel like you have nothing to offer, or that people wouldn't want to be friends with you. But here's the truth. You are deserving of friendship and connection, just like anyone else. Your worth is not determined by how many friends you have, or by what others think of you. Challenging these negative beliefs about yourself is a crucial step towards building close friendships. It might not be easy, but every small step counts. Start by acknowledging your strengths and accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Remember, everyone has something valuable to offer, and that includes you. 7. You have a fear of confrontation. Confrontation can be uncomfortable. In fact, there was a time when I'd do anything to avoid it, even if it meant keeping quiet about things that bothered me. This led to a lot of unresolved issues and misunderstandings in my relationships. I'd hold on to resentment and frustration, which would eventually lead to the friendship falling apart. Over time, I learned that confrontation isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it can be a vital part of maintaining healthy relationships. It's an opportunity to express your feelings, clear up misunderstandings, and find solutions. Avoiding confrontation may seem like the easier option in the short term, but in the long run, it can lead to more harm than good. So don't shy away from expressing your feelings or standing up for yourself. Your voice and feelings matter, and a true friend will respect that. 8. You're always busy. Being constantly busy can make it challenging to maintain close friendships. If you're always rushing from one task to another, you might not have time to invest in building and nurturing relationships. Friendships require time and effort. It's not just about catching up over coffee once in a while. It involves deep conversations, shared experiences, and showing up for each other during both good times and bad. If you find that your schedule is always packed, it might be worth taking a step back to reassess. Are there things you can let go of? Can you make more room in your life for social connections? Remember, it's not about quantity, but quality. Having a few close friends that you can count on is more valuable than having a long list of acquaintances that you barely have time for. 9. You forget that friendships take time. The most important thing to remember is that friendships don't form overnight. They take time to develop and require patience and persistence. If you're eager to form close friendships, remember not to rush the process. Authentic connections can't be forced. They develop naturally over time through shared experiences, trust, and mutual respect. It's okay if you don't have a large group of friends or if it takes you longer to form close relationships. What matters is the quality of the